everybody. Those Demon Slayer marked or not, Stealth Coin coming in once more. It's been a while since I came back from this game because I was kind of busy just playing other games and just kind of sleeping most of the time. But as of today, I heard some great news that I wanted to share to a lot of you, even though I'm probably not going to be the first guy that's going to be listened to when it comes to hearing about this good news that everyone's now been talking about, or at least that I would believe to. And it's that after a good amount of years, they are going to release like a quote-unquote DLC version of the game here for the first and second original Battlefront games. Not for DICE, but for the original two that was developed by LucasArts long ago. And I heard about this, I think, like 2 or 3 hours ago, something like that. And I was stoked on it and immediately just wanted to buy it because I took Nostalgia Card way too much into the gameplay and didn't really look into the details to see what exactly they had to add for the first and second game. But just keep this in mind. I grew up this game for the longest time, as I can remember, probably since I was a little kid. Just enjoying it throughout the morning and evening, and then probably just even imagining what it's like to be in the game in my mind. But as time progressed, I got more familiar with other games that I enjoyed a lot, and start to notice that some ups and downs that could be applied when it comes to games and the DLCs that are applied to it. And thankfully for this game, or at least for the DLC, quote unquote, they have some extras that were mentioned within the Steam website that I saw after buying it, or even though I could have looked at it long ago before I even had the idea of thinking to buy it. But then again, it was Nostalgia Card. But right now, I looked into it a little bit and gonna explain some of them. I'm gonna show the screen as well as I read along to it. But apparently for the first Star Wars Battlefront game, they're gonna introduce a new map, which apparently this is like small compared to the other amount of maps that are gonna be added to the second game. But for first one, they're gonna add in, let's see, what was it? They're gonna add in Jabba's Palace, which I don't really have much knowledge on the first game because I never played the first game in my life.
What did he say?
If I did, then I would understand more, obviously. But as of right now, I still have never played the first game. I only grew up playing the second game. But it still shocks me nonetheless to see that there's only one map that's going to be applied to it, instead of like, I don't know, maybe 10 maps or something like that. I still would have wished that they would add some more. Maybe something that could be used in episodes 7 to 9, or something else that could be added to it. But that would take it would take quite a while to develop more characters and stuff like that to apply to an addition to the Star Wars universe with the First Order and the Resistance. But I'm just kind of picky at that because I just want to see DLCs that are applied to anything that I like, including this one, which I love a lot. But aside from the new map in the first original Battlefront game, there's going to be another one, there's going to be new maps applied to the second game, the one that I'm currently playing right now. Damn, I can't word at all. Let's see, what else do they got? So apparently they're going to add Bespin, Cloud City, Renvar, and then Harbor, Renvar, Citadel or something like that, and then Yavin 4 Arena. It's definitely a lot more maps than the amount that they're going to add to the first game, honestly. But again, I don't know if the original game had these maps, so it would make sense to add these maps to the second game if the first game has it, but the second game doesn't. So that'd be something to see and look forward to. And I hope the maps are good too, because I am excited to play these maps when the game comes out. And another cool thing that I saw as I looked around in this little screen right here was the heroes. The heroes and villain. They're gonna add two new characters. One from the light side, one from the dark side. The light side character will be Kit Fisto, and the other one's gonna be Asajj Ventress. I'm more excited for Asajj Ventress because the only other character that I just know in the game that uses dual lightsabers is Ayla Sakura. But to have someone from Dark Side that is a dual wielder, and that's going to be more awesome to see. But of course, you can always use DLC or mods and stuff from the game to try and apply them. But I want to see how it looks for Asajj Ventress when she uses her lightsabers and their new abilities, which I heard is going to be new abilities as well. Because I think for Kit Fisto, he's going to have some orb power, and the Asajj Ventress, I actually don't know what she's going to have, but I think it might be just lightsaber throw and whatever else she is going to want to use. Probably force choke, if anything. But I hope if they do apply some new technique, it'd be something that Asajj Ventress is the more notorious for. Jeez, that's a lot of enemies going after me. Sorry, just playing as Yoda right now. Let's see, what else does the game offer? Now, I'm not really sure on this section right here, because apparently they say that there's going to be 64-player online multiplayer kind of idea that you can use in the PS4 and PS5 consoles, including, and even Steam, because Steam had this on bundle and I bought it. If there was 64 players in the original first two games, then I wouldn't really see why they would have to apply this. So this would lead me to think that there probably was less amount of people to play against in multiplayer mode, probably like 32 or something like that. But if it was 64 players originally, then this wouldn't really make much sense at all. And then the other things that they also put in that didn't really make sense to me, but probably just only for those that either don't remember or never played the game before, was the key features that they put in. So for example, right here, they had one for Galactic Conquest. And people that played this already know that this is already mode that people have known for so long. Pretty much it's like a big chessboard that you just try to take over and win. That's really all it is. But the idea of going to planets and trying to take it over from the enemy is what made it fun, because you actually get to use strategy and stuff to go around and try to conquest the galaxy, whether it be the CIS versus Republic or Rebels versus Empire. But the idea of this from way back when was such a good idea that it didn't even get implemented into other modes in later games like DICE. But then again, I don't think they could really apply it that well if there's going to be like a lot of people coming from random areas and then suddenly leaving and then having new people come in, not knowing what's happening. But if they ever did find a way to flesh that out, then that would be a good idea. It would be a good application to a DLC. And some other things that they put in for key features in this collection bundle is is mentioned in campaign modes. So apparently in the first game, the campaign is all about reenacting some battle scenes from the first 6 episodes of Star Wars. And then for the second game, it's all about the story of a guy from 500 First that reenacted from episodes 4 to 6. 4 to 6.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Sorry. Or 4 to 5 to be more accurate.
You fucking donut.
Wait, no. 3 to 5. Jeez. I was wondering, like, why that doesn't sound right. 4 to 5. That doesn't sound right at all. Jeez, that's a lot of enemies. But that's pretty much all they really say when it comes to key features. Just only the Galactic Conquest mode and the campaign mode. Now, don't get me wrong, campaign mode and Galactic Conquest are good modes. They really are. People would use those modes probably the most out of the other ones. The only other mode that has ever existed for Star Wars Battlefront is Instant Action, where you can play any map at any time that you want, and for any side that you want, and for whatever mode they applied into it, whether it be Capture Flag, Conquest, Assault, Heroes versus Villains, the whole shebang. And the last section that they do mention was something that I always wanted to see. And for those that know from the original Battlefront games, there was only one map you can play for Heroes versus Villains, and that was only in Mos Eisley Tatooine. But according to this, it says that the Hero Assault will be available on all ground maps, all of them. So that is definitely gonna be something that I'd be looking forward to a lot, because I always wonder why they would only have heroes versus villains mode in Tatooine of all places. Wouldn't really make much sense if they'd done it in somewhere that was more suitable, like Mustafar or something else that would look cooler. Then that would make more sense. But probably they did it for Tatooine because it's probably the most strategical. I'm probably bullshitting on that one, but that's really the best reason I can really think of why they only put one instead of applying it to all maps in then the game. But when the day comes, I want to see how Heroes vs. Villains goes into these maps. I'll be very excited when that happens anyways. And then the other thing they would do, apparently according to this screen where it has all the information, it mentions the heroes and villains that you can battle with, but doesn't really make much sense because those that know the game already know this information. It's not rocket science to think that there's going to be heroes and villains on the Battlefront game. You've seen it happen in the movies. You've seen it happen in the Clone Wars show. You've seen it happen pretty much anywhere. So it's no surprise to think that, oh, there's got to be heroes and villains all of a sudden. But is it something to recommend to play? Or to buy at least for this bundle? I would say no for those that played it but didn't really get into it. And for those that didn't get into it, what's wrong with you? Just kidding. But for those that want to see additions and have that nostalgia card play back, like me, I would say it's worth it. It's like $28 for the whole bundle. But for those that want that, it's a go for. But for those that didn't really have a lot of interest or memories from this, odds are it's probably not the game for you. But aside from that, that's really all they have mentioned for this. They probably may get some more information mentioned later on. But as of right now, this is all they have given us from the trailer and from what Steam has mentioned. But until more information comes out or until the game comes out, this will be Deltacorn signing off and waiting until the game comes so we can see how it is. But aside from that, that's going to be everything for today, guys. So until next time, peace.